Start of the final quarter, Great Western Hotel in Shannon Avenue bringing us the final quarter here as Big Vilchins has decided to get warm again. He's gone back into the ruck. Got a bit cold that quarter down at full forward. Watching a couple sail over his nut. He got the knockdown. Hand pass. Not effective. He was looking there in back for Edgar. Here's the chance, picked up by Greg Hart. Good to see him on the ground and having a run. Greg Hart goes towards centre half forward. The ball is knocked straight. Oops, a daisy. Had a bit of a change of heart there, I think, the big fella there. But Vilchins charging through. Thought about the hand pass, thought about the kick. Might have even thought of a drop kick there at one stage. Cameron Carr pushes the ball out wide. A little kick around the body. Not too bad. Oh, Nathan Lewis, is it? Fell over on that occasion. Now, up he goes. In comes Lewis, sidestepping quite nicely here is Scotty Johnson. Around the flank he goes with that right foot kick to Bales up, can't take the mark. Actually it was Matthew Lewis couldn't take the mark on that occasion. He's wound up with it as Matthew, just steadying a little bit now. What's the kick? Looking for Wall, he has to punch from behind. Did it nicely, knocked it away well there on that occasion from Jackson, who's been a good player out of defence. The big fellow, he's a big lump of a boy too, James Ryan. He punt kicks the ball towards half forward, up the hands of the pack, roving nicely is the Robbie Edgar. Rough Robbie goes down to the forward pocket. Here comes the Stinger B, kicks it up the ground. Couldn't handle that one on that occasion. Had a bit much pace up there, I think, the Stinger. Hit his hands too hard and it's out of bounds now in the half-forward flank position. And I think it might have even been on the full. No, the boundary umpire won't go and get that. They're not allowed to get under the fence. So he's requested and got the assistance of Darren Fraser. And pity the boundary umpires don't give votes. That would have put him in a bit further up, I think, for Fraser.
Throw in now on the half-forward flank for Werribee Centrals. Good play from, who's that? Cossack there, young Cossack. Gets the kick around McCrowan, can't get it. Delaney pushed away from the ball. Good play from Sveljak. Gets it out. Down towards the wing now. Membry in front. Well shepherded by Ryan. Pushes it back into the centre. Good play, Greg Hart now on his left foot. Goes in and Vilchins takes the mark.
Well, if he hadn't have his partner in crime there, Dobie would have. They were standing in line there just like waiting for the ice cream man to give out the ice creams. Vilchins puts the hand up, takes the grab there. He's got 3 goals on the board. The big fella straightens up before. It's right over the top of the goal umpire's hat. He leads back and says, it's another one on the board. Brendan Vilchins kicks his 4th goal, and the Centrals have looked impressive this afternoon, Jason.
They certainly have. They've used Vilchins and Dobie well. Vilchins playing mostly at centre half forward at full forward and Dobie in the ruck. And as we see on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard, the visitors are 13 goals 8, 86 to Belpost Hill, 2 goals 11, 23.
Now, Brainy, the Great Western Hotel, what about the lunch you had out there? Want to tell the viewers about the lunch? I thought you would. Perhaps you can tell them later, Rod. Time clock shows almost 3 minutes gone from Bannockburn Trophies as Vilchins goes up and again win the hit down there towards Fraser. Couldn't handle on this occasion. The Panthers out of the middle, but the kick, well, it's been marked back there by, is that Ryan?
James Ryan.
Yeah, he's played all right in defence too. He's a bit of one of them new players that's just got better and better as the game's gone on, I reckon. They've wound up with an air, turned towards the centre wing position in front of the commentary. That'll be a free kick, I should suggest. The player getting the ball down the ground, Murray Travers, made good ground to help his mate there, Robbie Edgar, but Edgar had already got the push in the back and Rough Robbie's got the ball in front of the commentary position. Now, we've got the cameras right on you, Robbie. Make sure this is a good one. Coach will be watching. Kicks in towards Delaney and goes up and takes a nice mark. Does little Chris, and he gained probably 35 metres for his club.
He pushes it long in the forward line. And it's tapped away by 4 Belpost Hill guys. It goes to Vilchins. He does an underground hand pass towards Scott Johnson. He kicks it up in the forward pocket, but there's only Belpost Hill there. And Rod B takes the mark next to the point post. He plays on now. Shepherded by Cameron Carr. He pushes it back in and Sveljak takes the mark.
Good kick from Rodney B. It had to be good and it was. And give Tommy Sveljak right on the chest. He goes further afield. That looks like young Lewis. Nathan it is with the long sleeves. Taking the grab. Short of centre half back. Kicks the ball now towards the centre of the ground. Ooh, a bit of a, pardon me there from Darlow and an opponent there in Glenn Travail. We'll go back to the football there as the hand pass comes back indeed towards young Peter Brown it was. Haven't seen much of him today, Jace. Couldn't pick it up on that occasion.
Membry again with the ball on the wing. He pushes it up towards centre half forward. Darlow from the back can't get in front and he's paid the mark to Matthew Lewis. Matthew Lewis now. Oh, he kicks into the man on the mark. Greg Hart tries to get the ball back. Ludick now on his left foot. Kicks it around the corner. 2 against Vilchins. Good play from McClure. Taps it out. Ludick's got it now on his left foot. He hits Darlow in the back of the head.
Hit him on the back of the 44 jumper, I think.
And
it's rebounded out of bounds. We've seen some interesting kicks. We've just seen the big fella Vilchins do the reverse banana and put it in the fruit shop, and then we've seen the shortest short pass of all time and hit him right to the number 44 jumper.
5 minutes
5
gone.
minutes gone, yeah. Bannockburn giving us the trophy for the best player at the end of the day. Is back into play it goes. Kenny's doing the ruck work out there, and there too was Ludick. And off hands of the boundary umpire. Have to throw this one a bit further, I think, with the breeze blowing that way. You have to bend the back, and let's see how he goes on this occasion. 23 plays 86 on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard. As running across half back, Cameron Carr might be. It is, has a couple of bounces. Now kicks the ball. Oh, Delaney goes up in front of David Wall. Read the play beautifully there, chipped in and took a finger tipper in front of the David Wall. Travail now must have called play on because he came from behind and smothered the kick. Well done, Glenn Travail. The ball not further afield. Back it comes towards Wall. He gathers on that left foot. He favours that left foot. Not a bad kick, but again, drifting across the front of the play. Membry takes a good one.
He pushes across the ground towards, that was Striptaku. Over to Fraser, who's been in everything today, through the centre now. He looks for Hart and finds him. He plays on. He's got 10 metres on Lewis. He turns on his left foot and goes up towards Vilchins at centre half forward. And Vilchins takes the mark over the pack. He plays on. Handball now to Barry Delaney. And he's kicked a goal.
Yeah, great play.
Yeah, great play. Great work
play from the
centre.
half-back line. They never touched the ball there, Bell Post Hill. And Vilchins, of course, he's just too big, isn't he?
Yep.
Puts the hands up, and especially the last quarter, they're still just as big, those big guys. And he gave it to Barry Delaney, and Barry said, I'll kick one. And what about Greg Hart's come off the bench? And nice guy to have coming on, anyway, fresh legs. He's pretty quick at any time of the game, and all of a sudden he's come on, he's running around, setting up play. 14-8-92. Werribee Central's Bell Post Hill 2-11-23. It has become a whitewash on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard.
And Ludick now coming off the ground, by the looks of it. And it looks like Barry Spicer coming back on as we take the bounce into the centre again. Edgar comes off his wing and takes it onto his left foot, pushes it down towards centre half forward. Rodby and Cameron Carr now jostle for the ball. Cameron Carr gets the ball, pushes it back into the centre. Sveljak pushes back. Good play from Membry. Over the back, Sveljak gets it now. Has a runner in Travail. He gets it out to him on his right foot. Short pass in towards Batty, and Batty's taken the mark. Good running through the centre there. And Batty will have the kick about 35 metres out for Bell Post Hill.
That all started from Cameron Carr, and I reckon he's certainly been their best defender today, and he's not quite their best player, but he's very close. I think he's knocked up trying today, Cameron Carr, and to take my hat off to him under overwhelming odds, and he's done pretty well on the back line.
Batty now. That's a good kick.
Oh, that's a lovely kick.
Lovely
the goal
kick.
umpire never moved, Jason. He just stood there and watched the ball swing back towards him. And, well, Michael Batty's got his first goal of the afternoon, and that's the third goal on the board to Bell Post Hill. It is their first goal since, gee whiz, there were 2 goals at half-time and 2 goals at three-quarter time. It's their first goal for a long, long time. We'll just leave it at that. I think 3 goals, 11 on the scoreboard there. It's just gone off the Great Western Hotel. 29 points now, Bell Post Hill. The Centrals have got 14-8-92. And see David Wall on screen just waiting for the ball to come back into the middle. And I think our umpire's the one that fell over anyway. Certainly might have put a nice clean shirt on there.
I think he might have. Kenny in the ruck now. He gets the tap. It's out towards Wall. He can't pick it up. Edgar comes off his wing again and bottles it up, and there'll be another throw up in the middle of the ground. 8.5 minutes gone on the Bannockburn Trophies time clock.
Umpire starts proceedings once again. They go. Big Dobie won the hit down. Got it towards McCrowan, who's tackled, loses the ball in the tackle, and Greg Hart picks up another possession. Left foot kick as always. Out wide he goes and finds Delaney. Chris runs around the man on the mark, straightens up with the right foot, goes into the pocket. Too much carry on the footy. At the back of the pack, a little kick came out and was marked by Barbaro, I think. Bartolo it was. His kick not particularly long, but he's found Tommy Sveljak, who he's had a bit of a try today too. He takes the grab. Oh, here's a beauty taken by Scott Johnson in between the centre wing and half forward flank. Lovely grab. He judged that to perfection and rose high and took a nice one. The kick unfortunately doesn't cap it off, and getting back taking the grab is Matthew Lewis for the Bell Post Hill Panthers.
Pushes it back into the centre, and Sveljak takes the mark again at centre half back. Short kick now over the top. Wall on his left foot quickly to Lewis. He's on the wing now. He's got about 10 or 15. Well shepherded. Lewis now on his left foot up towards the forward line. Batty leads out. Oh, good mark.
Great
Batty.
mark, Batty.
Great mark in front of Peter Nash.
He was under a lot of pressure.
He was, and it was a great mark from Batty. He's tight in the forward pocket. He's about 35 or 40 metres out. And it looks like he's going to have a shot. after his last effort. You'd nearly have to back him. It was a good kick the last
It was
time.
a beautiful kick before. The angle is much more acute here, so it'll have to be a beauty again. He comes in and it starts to drift back with the breeze, but not enough on that one, and actually didn't drift anywhere. One out of bounds. I thought it was going to drift back through for a point, but not to be. Out of bounds on the full there. Disappointing there because it was pretty good play there by the Panthers to move the ball quickly to Batty. 10.5 minute mark of the final quarter of the Bannockburn and Trophy's time clock. Craig Darlow just waiting for the footy to come back. James Ryan it is. Been an effective defender, hasn't he? He's quite strongly built and he's run pretty well at the football.
Yeah, he's played very well today, as have most of the Werribee Central's players. There's been a good team effort. And he's...
We've got to kick over the man on the mark when he go back behind the line. I haven't played for 20 years, but I know that. He's going to go and fox the ball again. Ronnie, you down there, Ron?
Yes, Cookie, I am. Still alive and well, mate.
It's the Great Western final quarter scoreboard, of course, as we've gone 11 minutes on the Trophy's time clock there from Bannockburn. What about that lunch we had today at the Great Western? That was sensational. $2.50, wasn't it?
Yeah, $2.50 special on meat patties, mate. Beautiful.
And normally, you eat the plate and everything. You didn't have enough room. That's how big the meal was. So if you're looking for a bit of a feed at lunchtime, that's the place to go. As we see Membry take the mark here and kick the ball out towards the centre of the ground. Hart's a chance. Can't pick it up. He's got support, though. Little hand pass from Delaney. Goes back the other Delaney. He comes in on the right foot. Chris Delaney bangs it long. The big fella's there again and takes the mark.
He looks inside now. He
sold the dummy. Put it on the ground once. What's he going to do with it? The short pass is a beauty, and he hits Johnson on the chest, and he's larising now, the big boy. And played it very nicely too, Big Vilchins.
That's good play from Vilchins. A good play through the centre of the ground from Werribee. And it's going to be Scott Johnson to have a shot for goal. He lines up. He's about 25 metres out. And he kicks it straight through the middle.
And has not. Yeah, another one on the board. And, well, Scotty Johnson's been another one of those players, that, a new player to the club that I haven't seen before. And he's played very, very well this afternoon at the Mars Reserve. Yeah, getting back to that lunch at the Westerns, that's magnificent, Jason. We're going to have a bowl of chips, and Ron's, I said, well, look at the meat patties at $2.50. I thought you'd just get a meat patty. 2 meat patties, all the vegetables, bread, gravy. Brony left the plate, which was pretty good because it's a bit short of him out there. 15.898 on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard to 3:11.29. Been very impressive today, the Centrals. There's a couple of players come back onto the ground. They are Colin Fraser and Roland Beck. They're allowed back on. And also coming back on is
Brian Jones.
Brian Jones. They've all had a bit of a rest after that bit of a dust up there in the third quarter. And that's Peter Stripnicue down there getting a little left footer out wide. Chris Delaney shows a bit of heart and goes at the ball pretty firmly. Player bump might have been slightly in the back. Umpire seen it that way. Free kick ball post Hill.
Looks like Travail.
Might be Travail too. Yeah, lifted a little bit in the last quarter, but he needed to.
Werribee Central's fighting for the ball at the half-back flank. Good kick off the ground from Bellpost Hill. Edgar gets back now. He's in the goal square. Turns on his left foot, runs through the goal square now. But it's a shocking kick off his left foot, and it's out of bounds on the full.
Well, that was a poor kick. He was well shepherded by Cole Fraser there, and very poor performance of that left foot on that occasion. Giving away a free kick. I suppose it matters much, but I don't think the coach would be too happy with that. No pressure at all, and the left foot was a shocker.
Another couple of players come back onto the ground. Mick Galauka and
we nearly
John
got a full
Bartolo.
complement again here. little Bartolo's back, Mickey Galauka's back, and there can't be many more to come on. We'll have Laurie DeGoldie on the ground in a minute if anyone will come on. Yeah. This is Tommy Svelchak. He went and fetched the ball, so we got the free kick evidently. Goes up towards Batty, flies high. He can't take the mark at ground level. Jackson. Johnson that time got the hand pass away. They've moved the ball brilliantly all day. Here's Spicer getting the hand pass out wide. It's all right. Got it to Hart. Left foot kick from Hart down towards the centre wing position. Travail runs onto the loose football. Gathers nicely, does the fish Glenn Travail. Kicks the ball out wide. Look for Wall. He couldn't take the mark on that occasion. Here comes Barbaro. Hand pass over the top. Give it a Svelchak. Svelchak, bang, for goal. Mark on the goal line. Batty, I think. Better get a look at him.
No, it's Peter Brown. Peter Brown's taking the mark in the goal square.
Well, he must have wanted his name in the paper, I think, because that would have been a goal, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a couple of steps and he's put it through.
Yeah, but he's got a goal. Peter Brown kicks his first for the afternoon. And Pretty well played there by Bellpost Hill. And Glenn Travail featuring in that action.
And Sveljak's also lifted since being moved in the middle. He's had a good second half. Bellpost Hill 4-11-35, Werribee Central's 15-8-98 on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard.
He certainly had a go, Tommy Svelchak, hasn't he? When he's been crunched and crashed and jumped on and everything, but he's still having a go for them. That's good to see. Not over and down with pace, but got plenty of heart.
Back in the centre now. Just waiting for the ball to get to umpire Munro. We'll have Dobie and Kenny going for the ruck. Throws it up in the middle now. It favours Kenny. He gets the tap. Wall and Jackson. Good play from Martin out of the middle. Up to centre half forward. Membry moves in front. Good work from Fraser off the ground. Through a couple of sets of hands. Good play, Edgar. He gets the ball from Hart on his left foot to the wing. He finds Galauka. Inside to Hart, handball. Puts Jackson under pressure, but Hart's good running. Keeps running now. Delaney tries to break one tackle. He can't break two. Cameron Carr tries to ride the bump, but loses the ball. It's at centre half forward for Werribee Centrals now. They get it out. A quick kick. David Wall can't quite get the ball. Roland Beck overruns it as well. It's out towards the half forward flank now. Good shepherding from Wall, but they fall over Matthew Lewis, and Nathan Lewis sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Players getting tired out there. Just a few little skill errors coming in through weariness, I'd suggest, in that passage of play, Jace.
Yes, I think so. And it'll be a throw-in now. Half forward flank for Werribee Centrals. Kenny now in front. He gets the tap. Goes to Bartolo. Lewis now on his left foot. Kicks it high. It's all Werribee Centrals, though. Oh, he drops the mark.
Got too far on that occasion.
Good
there,
play
Big
from
Davey.
Johnny Bartolo.
Yeah,
Bartolo now to Batty. Tries to knock it on. Travail overruns it. So does Travers. Murray Travers is first to get back. Good pick up one hand.
Oh, brilliant
Breaks
play,
the tackle.
Murray
Great
Travers.
play.
Showed
Looks
the
for
footy
Edgar
to
at
two or
centre
three
half back.
players.
Edgar now. Peter Nash on the run. He gets the ball. Left foot. Good work, and there's a mark out on the centre wing now. Greg Hart looks inside. Delaney takes the mark. Quickly plays on. Left foot around the corner to Chris Delaney. But it might beat him over the line.
Oh, he's
no.
trapped it just inside the line, I think. Now, he's got to beat his opponent there, Carr. He did so. But his left foot kick, didn't travel very far. The umpire's paid a mark there, I think.
He has.
I reckon it went about 3 foot. Comes back and, they're going to move the ball forward through Carr. Got a little one in. Here's Martin. Takes the mark, hand pass across to Kenny, wants to get rid of it in a hurry, sidesteps Galauka nicely, and unloads with a long kick towards half forward. Nobody home at all. Big fella looks like Dobie, is it, or Membry? Dobie it was, took the mark, chips it over the top, and doing it a little bit easy here. The mark taken by Scotty Johnson.
He pushes it out towards the wing. Good play from Fraser to make room from Stripticale. Fraser on his left foot now towards centre half forward. In front, Werribee can't get the ball. That looks like Cameron Carr handballs it. Back to Kenny. Kenny now towards the wing. Bartolo falls over. It's all Werribee Centrals on the wing now. Stripticale overruns the ball. He gets it back though. Handball over the top. Looks like Fraser. Good shepherd. Stripticale keeps running. It's on half forward flank for Werribee Centrals now. They kick long in towards Edgar.
Hard it was.
It was Hart, and Edgar takes a good mark. Good use of the body from Robert Edgar there.
I reckon he's had 10 kicks in the last quarter,
Yeah, he's
Greg.
played very
He's
well.
not bad
He's
to
played
come off
very
the
well,
bench,
Hart.
is he?
Edgar now pushes it long towards Vilchins, and Vilchins, the big arms from centre half forward, full forward. You can't beat that.
Well,
that was a good
Rodney
kick.
B was only about half a yard behind him, doing his job to his best of his ability. But Vilchins is about 6 or 7 inches too tall minimum, probably a foot and a half, and about 3 stone too strong.
Yep, yeah, he's played well today.
Rod B did everything he could to punch the ball away, but he just couldn't get near it. He put the big posterior out there, the big fellow, and held him out nicely. And Vilchins comes in, lining up for his 5th goal of the afternoon. I think you'll find he might have got it. Yep.
He has.
Brendan Vilchins kicks his 5th. Well, he's certainly going to be a contender for the best player of the day. Not going to be easy today. Other good players. Well, Chris Delaney's played well. Darren Fraser's done well. Barry Delaney's played well. They've had plenty of good players, Werribee Centrals. We'll have to work that one out at the end of the game. Bellpost till 4:11:35 on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard. Of course, the replay out there every Monday night. And Werribee Centrals have got on the board. I can see we've gone 9.5 minutes on the Bannockburn Trophy score time there. And Ronnie, just punch up that scoreboard once again if you wouldn't mind. Centrals have got 16-8-104.
Back in the centre. Kenny tries to get it out. Wall, good play. Pushes it on. It's at centre half forward now for Bellpost Hill. Johnson runs onto the ball. Good play from Scott Johnson. Gives it to Membry. He looks long. And he looks out towards Darlow. Darlow tries to keep it in front of him. He does. Delaney comes in for help. Good play from Delaney. Delaney now on a run. This time, Vilchins is behind and Rod B takes the mark in front of Brenton Vilchins. B now across goal with his left foot, looking for Nathan Lewis. He goes up on Edgar.
That's a free kick.
And
Well, I guess he's just trying to do something a little bit special there. He knows he's done the wrong thing. He's not arguing with the umpire. He was just there to climb on, but unfortunately the ball was about 10 yards the other side of him. And this is Robbie Edgar, another lively player. Chips the ball into the pocket, leading out on the lead is Delaney. That's Chris. And, well, he's played a great game too. They've all played pretty well. I like the way some of their new players have played. We'll talk about after the game, which surely can't be far from being finished, as we see Chris Delaney, right forward pocket. He's elected to go the long one. It's right into the goal mouth. As it cleared all players, it's gone across the face. And 1 point only for Chris Delaney.
I've got him down as that 4th point for Delaney.
4 points for Chris, yep. But certainly been a lively customer around the ground and, well, not just in the forward line either. There's a great shot of a pine tree behind the goal mouth there. 35 plays 105, 70 points the difference on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard.
Bell Post Hill now, kick out from full back. Good kick, and McClure takes the mark. I think it's Nathan McClure. Yes, it is. McClure takes the mark. He plays on quickly, and he looks for and finds David Wall. He goes long out towards Matthew Lewis. Matthew Lewis and Barbaro misses it as well. Too slow, Bell Post Hill there. Scott Johnson back on the ball. Turns it around the corner. A long chase now for Delaney and Adam Martin. And it beats them both out. And it's going to be a throw-in just in front of our commentary box here. Right next to the Bell Post Hill coach's box.
Okay, boundary umpire going to give this one the oof. Yes, in front of the cameras. I thought he might put that one up nice and high. A really clear knockdown. A lot of players around the footy. Players getting tired. Hand pass wasn't bad from Edgar. Got it across there to Brendan Jackson. A little bit quieter since about halfway through the third quarter, but certainly did the damage early. His kick, not good. Tommy Svelchek takes the mark for Bell Post Hill. Kicks it up towards centre wing. 3-4 bites at the cherry, and Membry going to be paid the mark.
Brett Membry been very good at centre half back today. And he looks short now. And finds Greg Hart, who's been very lively since coming off the bench in the third quarter. Turns it around the corner, left foot. Bounces over the top. Werribee Centrals have the ball. It's underneath now. Good play. Adam Martin turns around on his left foot, goes long. It's Werribee Centrals though. Good mark, and it's Brendan and it's Peter Striptercow.
Yeah, Strippy. They're calling Stripper. Here's the Stripper. Goes to the right foot. Not a good kick at all, and that looked like Mark McCrowan flying high in the centre of the ground. Takes the mark, well, unopposed in the finish. Not Peter Striptercow's best kick of the afternoon. McCrowan now elects to go short. Finds his mate Wall. Gained 15 or 20 metres. He goes across the ground. Now here's Carr, who's run off the half-back flank. Takes the mark out there. Has a bounce. Has two. Straightens up. Little chip shot over the top. Well played, Cameron Carr. It's all right. Just couldn't pick it up. They're going to have a flying shot. I think it's a goal, is it? Can you pick him up, Jason? It's a great bit of play from Cameron Carr. And we'll get him in a minute. It's a goal. And I've got the play, just needs to turn around. Number 12, Guernsey.
Mark Hancock.
Of Mark Hancock, who has been a fairly quiet player this afternoon, but he'll be pretty happy to get that one on the board. 5-11-41, Bell Post Hill. The Central 16-9-105, and that's on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. It's 23 and a half minutes gone. Yep. Bannockburn Trophies with us this year. Great to have him aboard. And well, great play, Cameron Carr. He took the chance from the half-back line. He ran, got the footy, had a couple of bounces. Instead of blazing long, just chipped it over the top, and a pretty good goal on the finish to Hancock.
Yeah, he's been one of their best players today for Bell Post Hill, Cameron Carr on the half-back flank. As they ball it up in the centre again, Dobie gets a tap down again. That must have been about his 40 tap out. Sveljak, good play from the centre. Gets it back. Cameron Carr on the half-back flank. Goes out wide.
Good kick
and
again.
Matthew Lewis has taken the mark on the wing. Thinks about playing on, but goes back now. Looks for a runner. He finds one. On the left foot, that was McClure. Bartolo picks up the ball, tries to duck one tackle. He does two. He gets a handball out to Wall. Wall on his left foot, goes long. That looks like a good kick. Oh, it's hit the post.
I think it might have even hit the goal umpire.
Yeah,
It just tipped it away, didn't it? Great kick from David Wall. A good play again, too, set up by Cameron Carr's effective kick out of defence.
Nash on the outer side now. He looks for Galauka and finds him. Over the top, Hart, good mark. He's held up well. He's on the half-back flank now. On his left foot, quickly. Gets it out to Murray Travers.
42 plays 105 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard.
And they've paid a free kick to Werribee Centrals. It looks like it's going to Delaney. Yes, it will. Barry Delaney. Gets over top to Galauka, who's been an influence since coming off the bench. Edgar now on his left hand. Pushes it out towards Scott Johnson. He goes long towards Vilchins. Vilchins at the back, and he's taken the mark again. He's just too tall and too big for Rod B.
Well, Rod B did it right. He was in front, did his best, and he just can't reach that high. Little kick in, that might be Fraser. Is it taking the mark? No, it's the little fella Johnson.
Yep.
Who'd made good position coming down the ground. And another goal coming up here. One would think he's only about 20 metres out, 25 metres directly in front. Poor old Rod B, he'll have nightmares tonight. He's been right with that big fella Vilchins every time they've gone for the ball, you know, but just size and weight not quite up to playing at full back on a great big fella like that. The kick looks pretty good off the boot. It's a goal. Scotty Johnson kicks his second. Another one of the quite exciting players Werribee Centrals have picked up for season 95.
Yes, they've picked up some good recruits and they've all performed today. Darren Fraser, Scott Johnson and Murray Travers back from Bannockburn has also played well. Greg Hart's played well off the bench, as we see on the Great Western Hotel scoreboard. Werribee Central 17-9, 111. Bellpost Hill 5 goals, 12, 42.
So it's over 11 goals the difference now. They really have asserted their authority since half-time, the Centrals. And back into the centre we go. Up over the top, that was Hancock in the ruck, knocking the ball down for the Bellpost Hill boys. Picked up at ground level by Werribee Edgar. Chips it out wide, finds Galauka. Galauka wants to play on, he loves to play on. Mickey has a bounce. Straightens up on the right foot and goes for centre half forward. The kick is a beauty. And taking the mark, Roland Beck, who's had a bit of a spell on the bench. Got a couple of splinters there at one stage after being involved in a blue. Beck takes the mark and punt kicks into the forward zone. Now, how will the umpire rule this? Yep, had every chance to get rid of it. The tackle was good first of all. The head was then ducked. The jumper almost came over the shoulders, and I'd agree with that free kick. No doubt about it. Good tackle from Chris Delaney on, I think, Cameron Carr.
Yep, 27 minutes gone on the Bannockburn Trophy's time clock, and Chris Delaney now goes short, and he finds Robert Edgar.
Just narrowing the angle there.
Yep.
Good thinking.
Edgar's played well in this second half. He's really picked up his game on the wing, and he'll have a shot for goal.
It'll be a fair kick, though. We've got a good shot of this one. He's right in front of us. He's a fair way out. He runs towards the right-hand post. He hooks it back. Not enough carry on the footy. No mark taken down there. Now, that looked like a deliberate... I thought he was going to kick a deliberate point, but it bounced across the goal mouth there. It's out of bounds.
So we'll have a throw in about 15 metres around from the Werribee Central's goal. We'll have Lorna and Vilchins go for the ruck. Takes it out. Brenton Vilchins tries to kick it off the ground. Good play from Bellpost Hill. Edgar. And it was Barbaro. But it is going to be out of bounds and there'll be a throw in.
Pretty good kick from Ryan Jones there to keep that ball in play. He's under a fair bit of pressure on the wrong... Well, I think it's his wrong foot on the left foot. And yeah, good effort, young fella, to keep that ball in play when it looked for certain as if it would go out on the full. Boundary throw in. Launer goes up and does the ruck work with Vilchins. Neither player really got much purchase on the handball on the footy there. Matthew Lewis got a purchase on the handball. Got it across. They're starting to run now. Svelchek gives it out wide. It's not bad either. Here comes Bartolo. Right foot kick up towards the grandstand, towards the half-forward flank position. Out comes Cole Fraser, pushing the ball in front of him. He's found the safety of the fence. And out of bounds she goes. Boundaries throw in. Very close to the commentary position. Final siren is coming up very shortly. We've gone 28.5 minutes on the Bannockburn Trophy's time clock.
Throw it now. Good play from Kenny in front to get the ball down. He gets it down to Peter Brown. He gets onto his right foot. He puts it up in the air. Adam Martin's there. He can't mark the ball. Hancock goes off the ground. Goes out towards Travail. He kicks off the ground as well. Batty's in here if he can get to pick up the ball. He can't pick the ball up. Good play from Murray Travers to get back. He drops the ball.
I reckon he's got tired there, Murray. He bent down to pick it up twice and left it behind twice. I'll blow this. I'll knock it through for a point.
That's another rush behind.
Yeah, it's a rusher.
For Bellpost Hill.
I just reckon he got a bit tired there, Murray. Not as young as he used to be. Kick-in's not bad either. Good mark taken by Brendan Jackson. Wants to play on immediately. Hand passes over the top. Hart knocks the ball further afield. Gee, they've run well, haven't they? All their runners have played well. Hand pass over the top. The other one comes back to Delaney. Where's he going to go? Left foot usually. Left foot he uses on this occasion. Looking for the big fella Vilchins. He's behind on this occasion. Rod B out in front. Well played. Comes down the wall. He gets the kick in. He's thrown to the ground as the kick comes. Thought he's going to get up and remonstrate there with Chrissy Delaney, but cooler heads wore the day there, and the siren sounds. Game's all over. Werribee Central's a very impressive victory. We saw Correa last week be very impressive. Well, I reckon the Centrals have been just as impressive here today. That'll be a good game when they play one another. There's a shot of the Go Easy Shop van there. We're sitting up on top of that, trying to give you the story of the day's proceedings as we switch back now to the scoreboard, which is the final score. So a better quarter for Bellpost Hill. They managed 3 goals in that last quarter. They went to 5-13-43. The Centrals also kicked 5-17-9, 1-1-1, 111. So pretty big victory here this afternoon for the Werribee Centrals. Goal kickers, please, Jason.
Okay, for Werribee Centrals, their coach, Brenton Vilchins, kicked 5. We had 3 to Roland Beck, 2 to Scott Johnson, 2 to Brendan Jackson, and 2 to Barry Delaney. Luke Lutic also kicked 2. And we had singles to Robert Edgar. And that's all do it. For Bellpost Hill, we had all singles, Batty, Joe Barbaro, Mark Hancock, Peter Brown, and Jason Kenny.
All right, well, Bellpost Hill at half-time. Just before half-time, they nearly got their way back into the game. They'd kicked a heap of points, I think 6 in a row. They went to 2 goals 9 just before half-time. They'd almost pegged them back. It was, I think, about 4 goals 6 for the Centrals. But with a minute to go, the Centrals kicked 2 goals in that vital time-on period. Skipped away, got a handy break again. 42 played 21 at half-time. Certainly not insurmountable. But the third quarter was all the Centrals. They kicked 6 goals to 0, and the game was over there and then. And pretty impressive performance. Jason, I thought the players that I hadn't seen before, to a man, for the Centrals all played terrific. Darren Fraser, or we know Murray Travers, of course, but he's back from Bannockburn. But Scott Johnson was a very lively little player on the forward line. I thought also that Brendan Jackson, he's a real find for them. He was very lively. Went out of it a little bit after half-time, but still played a great first half. Another player I had not seen before was Membry at centre-half back. He was very, very strong in that position. And, well, let's just say Greg Hart, we've seen him before, but he came off the bench. Not a bad bloke to come off the bench. Must have had 10 kicks in the last quarter. Dobie, I was impressed with. Started centre-half forward, went to the ruck and was very strong. And James Ryan, one we haven't seen before, that I haven't seen anyway, and he played a great game. We just said the big fella going off there, Brenton Vilchins, he's the main one, of course, the coach, the captain to the side. He was terrific, and Luke Lutic, I thought he did his little bit too. I haven't seen much of him before, and I thought all their new players were terrific for them.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Werribee have got over most sides, that they're an unknown quantity to many GDFL sides because they're so far away. They pick up a lot of players from the Footscray and District League and a lot of leagues around there, so a lot of players that many GDFL clubs don't know about, and they've picked up a few this year. Fraser and Johnson, for me, were very good today, and so was Jackson. They were unreal. They were great.
Well, the clubs that don't know about them are going to know about them
They
pretty
certainly
soon,
will.
I'd suggest. They
will.
look very, very strong, the Centrals, and we'll look forward to doing their next game. For the local side, Bellpost Hill, not quite as good today. Too many players down. I thought that their best player was probably David Wall, just shading Cameron Carr. I thought they were clearly their 2 best. After that, it fell away a bit. Tommy Svelchek in the second half and Rod B both tried hard. Then we had a bit of trouble to find some good players, and their runners were the key today. They didn't have any, I didn't think. Bartolo and Barbaro, I've often seen them run amok. Whilst they were serviceable today, they were never going to win the game for them. They weren't brilliant players at all. Michael Batty was well down. I thought Glenn Travail didn't have the best of days, and the Lewis boys probably the same. But they could take a bit of heart. They had a big win last week against Anarchy. Maybe they just got a bit excited through the week, and things didn't go right for them today from the outset. Bad kicking, bad football, I know, but they kicked themselves out of it early, and had they kicked straight, may have been a different story. But once they got on top, the Centrals, they looked the side.
Yeah, they've got a lot of young players in their side too, and they obviously had a big win last week against Anarchy, and they've probably come back with a bit of a thud this week. Guys like Nathan Lewis and Bartolo, as you said, and Barbaro. But I thought they had a few good players. Svelchek played well in the second half. I thought he picked his game up. I thought Jason Kenny led very well from centre-half forward and played well on the ruck in this quarter. But apart from them, David Wall played well, but a lot of their young guys were down today.
Yeah, just bits and pieces apart from that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie Brain, the whacker from the Western downstairs, the master of the meat patties. Your thoughts on the game, Ronnie?
Yeah, Cookie, it wasn't probably as high a standard as we've seen, but on the day, Bellpost Hill just weren't good enough, not quite big enough, I think you'll find. Conditions here this afternoon, a little heavy underfoot, Cookie, and I think really, when you look at man for man, it's helped the Werribee Central side come out on tops comfortably here this afternoon.
Yeah, good point, Ron. They rely on their runners, the Hill boys, and it was a bit, as you say, a bit slow. A lot of rain through the week, a bit slow underfoot, and they weren't able to use their pace. But to the Central's credit, I thought their runners, Roland Beck and Johnson and Fraser and those fellas, I thought they actually outplayed the Bellpost Hill runners that Jason expected to be their strength. Votes, Ronnie, you got your votes ready down there? obviously.
Yes, Cookie. I'll tell you what, today it's been pretty tough, but I really did like the game of that number 1 jumper. I would think that he would have to get my 3 votes here this afternoon. I gave 2 votes to Cameron Carr, number 7 for Bell Post Hill. He didn't stop trying all afternoon, that kid, and a great game from him. And the 1 vote, that boy Fraser, and I apologise to the coach because I thought it was a toss-up between those 2. Actually, I'll go the coach because he kicked 5. I'll give the coach 1.
He gets the 1 vote for you, so you've gone 3 for Fraser. That's Darren Fraser, of course.
Yep.
And 2 for Cameron Carr and 1 for Big Brenton Vilchins.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for your help down there today, Ronnie. And Jason, your votes, please.
Well, I've got 1 vote for Cameron Carr as well. I thought he played very well in the second half, and he was the backbone in the first half when Werribee Central's got on top. I gave 2 votes to the coach, Brenton Vilchins. I thought he played very well. He kicked 5 goals, and even when he had to go on the ruck, he marked everything all day. He was just too big and too strong. And Darren Fraser, for me, gets 3 votes as well. He played a great game all day. He got many possessions, and he brought a lot of other runners into the game, and he was the link between the back line and the forward line for me, so Darren Fraser gets 3.
Okay, we've seen it probably nearly all the same. I've stuck in Barry Delaney for the 1 point, with apologies to Cameron Carr and perhaps, a few others, Johnson and Jackson, a few others played well. But I just thought Delaney's link work around the ground was terrific. He never stopped running, and he ran straight at the footy. He got a lot of hand passes away, and I think he might have got a goal or 2 as well. Got a couple of goals for them for the Centrals. I gave 2 votes to Big Brendan Vilchins. By golly, some sides are going to have some fun with him this year. How they're going to stop him, I don't know. Because you'll need more than a semi-trailer to knock him down. I think he's a pretty big boy, and his aerial work was very good. His ruck work was good, and he was very creative. He actually did a couple of fantastic things on the forward line, apart from that reverse banana kick that hit the fruit shop. That wasn't too hot, I didn't think, but we give him 2 points, and no doubt about best man on the ground, Darren Fraser. I thought he was clearly the best player for 4 quarters, and he's got the best player up here from all of us. So Darren Fraser gets the best on the ground. Second best on the ground will go to Brendan Vilkins, and Cameron Carr. The half-back flank of the Dasher for Bell Post Hill picks up 1 point. Anything to add down there, Ron?
No, Cookie. Another great call, and congratulations, Jason, there for a fully fledged effort with yours truly down here this afternoon. To the cameraman, Brett Revere and Sean Cannon. Of course,
it's been nice to have the cameraman awake today too, Ron. That's been good.
Yeah,
I've never seen Sean Cannon look so well.
Good on you, Cookie. We better keep going because it's getting dark out here and very cold at Panther Oval. And again, job well done by all. Hope you've enjoyed another great call by another fine guest video production. Pop over now and have another cold cleanser at the Great Western Hotel. Don't forget, Monday night, 7 o'clock, local footy replay.